Nick Wake, CarePatrol, Western Michigan Capital Region, and Jana Adair from Neptune Society are joining us in studio today. Nick, let's talk about CarePatrol. You help families find senior living, but you also help provide resources to help educate families. It's such an umbrella of information, and it's so overwhelming. Talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so CarePatrol, we obviously help families find independent living, assisted living, memory care, and in-home care. But when people are accessing the system for the first time, they just don't know what they don't know. They don't know about powers of attorney. They don't quite know what the process looks like. Nobody plans on getting older. So a lot of these conversations are educational from that standpoint. And so we like to partner with folks that can provide those resources. We can give them the friendly handoff and say, hey, we know it was hard to call us, but let's try to make this journey easier. And so that's sort of where Jana and the Neptune Society come in for us too when we're talking about end-of-life planning.
Jana, tell us about the Neptune Society and what your role is when this planning comes out.
Yeah, so the Neptune Society is a licensed funeral home here in the state of Michigan. We really focus on a simplified, affordable cremation process with dignity for families and exactly what they want to do at the time they pass away. And so what we do is we really like to, work with other organizations too, and really letting them know what happens after someone passes, and specifically with cremation and what's required to take place.
What are some misconceptions that people have about that whole process?
Yep, so a lot of times, a lot of people don't understand who signs off on cremation at the time of passing. So it's, your next of kin. Well, who is your next of kin?
Sure, yeah.
And so if you have kids, it's a majority. So it would be, okay, I have 2 kids, we'll both have to sign off.
Okay, yeah.
And if you have estrangement from one or, any disconnect, that could cause some issues.
Or if your spouse has dementia.
Yeah, yep. And then it's what do we do? So you can get a funeral representative put in place. And with being a funeral representative, it's where I would appoint, Nick as my funeral representative. So at the time of passing, he can say, yes, we can move forward with cremation without having to get, my dementia spouse to, through these hoops of things to do.
How often do you see that people just don't have that in place?
So often, and it's usually I never knew this. This is the first time I went through this. Why didn't anybody tell me? Well, no one wants to talk about death, especially when it's their loved one, So a lot of times it's a last minute, I wish we would have known and got this set up.
Yeah. It's so important to have these conversations. Yes, they're uncomfortable, but it's the reality,
right?
Do it. When we fight with reality, we lose. All right. Find out more information on the screen, carepatrol.com. You can see all the details there and connect with Neptune Society online as well. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.